Hello to everyone. I welcome you all on ABHIPEDIA regulatory body platform and recently NABARD Grade A Assistant Manager 2021 का रिजल्ट आया और इस रिजल्ट के अंदर बहुत सारे एस्पिरेंट्स ने दे अपीयर्ड फॉर द एग्जाम्स, उन्होंने एग्जाम्स को क्वालिफाई भी किया। अल्टीमेटली वेरी फ्यू सिलेक्टेड पीपल जो है उनका सिलेक्शन हुआ और अल्टीमेटली हमारे सुमित कुमार जो है इनका भी नाम जो है उसी मेरिट लिस्ट के अंदर आया है। So first of all, congratulations, Sumit, for getting this name in the merit list.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
ओके, सो सुमित से हम लोग जानने की कोशिश करेंगे क्योंकि इनकी जर्नी के बारे में ना बड़ा यूनिक से पॉइंट्स हैं, राइट? और वो चीज जो है ये काफी फुल प्रूफ है कि अगर आप वो स्ट्रैटेजी को फॉलो करोगे तो श्योर है कि आपके हाथ में जो है आप खाली हाथ नहीं रहेंगे। आपके 1-2 साल के अंदर अंदर आपके पास बहुत कमाल की जॉब आ सकती है और वही चीज के बारे में हम लोग ज्यादा एम्फोसाइज करेंगे सुमित से बात करके। सबसे पहले सुमित, आप अपने बारे में बताइए, अपने पेरेंट्स के बारे में, एकेडमिक क्वालिफिकेशन के बारे में बताइए।
मैं बेसिकली दरभंगा बिहार से बिलोंग करता हूँ। मैंने अपनी स्कूलिंग यहीं से की है, सीबीएसई से। उसके बाद देन आई मूव्ड ऑन टू दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी फॉर माय बीटेक. I completed my BTech in 2019, and I was pretty much sure about that during my college only कि I'll give for this regulatory body examination only. So ultimately I started my preparation looking after certain videos, strategies and all, and then I gave my RBI examination, my first attempt in 2019, but I could not clear the pre, and that was the ultimate start point for my the next journey. I took very much learning from those RBI things and how to prepare, what things to read, what not to read, which source to follow, and that gave me so much confidence. Then after that I gave SEBI, also appeared for mains in SEBI. Then ultimately in NABARD I utilized all those skills which I got in RBI and SEBI into NABARD. These all three examination are interconnected, and you need to learn those art of like utilizing the previous learnings or previous analysis into the present examination. And my family background is like my father is a government employee. He has recently retired in 2017, and it was like I have to get a job after my graduation. It was a dire need for my family, also for me also, as the year passes you have to justify your gap year also, so you need to be very like cautious about it कि okay जल्द से जल्द नौकरी ले लेनी चाहिए. And it's all about your self discipline, self belief, and you don't need to deviate. Okay, like I have to prepare for this examination. If you put on your 100%, you'll definitely get. I am saying this with my experience. I haven't put 100% in my RBI or SEBI. That's why I was not able to get through it. But in NABARD, I that respected the examination, respected the process. I was pretty much disciplined about it. So ultimately, you will get through it.
Okay. Sumit is right now 24 years of age, right?
Yes, sir.
हाँ, तो सुमित ने ग्रेजुएशन के टाइम पे डिसाइड कर लिया आई विल गो विद द रेगुलेटरी बॉडी एग्जाम्स और मेरा 3 एरियाज में मैं टारगेट करूंगा, नाबार्ड, सेबी एंड आरबीआई ग्रेड बी, राइट?
यस सर, यस.
हाँ, बट सुमित, जनरली बीटेक स्टूडेंट्स जो होते हैं या स्टूडेंट्स ज्यादातर यही बोलते हैं यार यूपीएससी क्लियर करना है या यूपीएससी के लिए प्रिपेयर करना है। आप एकदम रेगुलेटरी की तरफ चले गए और आप तो ये डिसीजन कैसे बनाया आपने?
हाँ, वही मैंने बोला कि आपको सबसे पहले किसी भी चीज के लिए अगर आपको तैयार होना है तो यू एनालाइज योर सराउंडिंग, योर एनवायरमेंट, योर सीनियर्स. तो मैंने बहुतों को देखा है कि दे स्पेंड लाइक a lot of 5-6 years, 7 years in UPSC, and they again come back to regulatory body examination. So in NABARD also you must have seen, or I have experienced, that maximum candidates are UPSC background people who could not clear UPSC. They are trying for the regulatory body examination. So my uh, belief was pretty much clear and simple कि okay, I'll go for the regulatory body examination. I will have a more than a decent kind of a job, and in this kind of organization you don't have a public dealing. So if you want you can study also. Like you can like if I start for UPSC now, I'll start from 30-40% because I know the basics. I know what to study, what not to study, how to target things, which source to follow. So I have my age also, I have my job also in my hand. and I can prepare that with free mind. So my target was first to take a decent kind of a job in regulatory body and then go for the UPSC if you want to. I never tried for PO or any other kind of examination, but because that was not my ultimate goal.
Okay. In fact, ये the job like NABARD assistant manager, SEBI and इनकी जो salaries हैं, lifestyle है, promotion है, work life balance है, they are like as they are बहुत अच्छे level की है as in comparison to UPSC के जो services है वहां पर भी एकदम अच्छा competition मिलता है इस यहाँ का और वहां का लाइफ वर्क लाइफ बैलेंस देखा जाए तो। और सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट चीज जो अभी सुमित ने भी बताया है कि जब मैं डिसीजन बना रहा था तो मैंने बहुत अच्छे से एनालिसिस किया हर चीज को कि क्या प्रॉज हैं क्या कॉन्स हैं। मैंने ऐसे लोगों को देखा जो 4-4 5-5 साल एफर्ट लगा रहे हैं एंड देन दे अल्टीमेटली गोइंग फॉर द नबार्ड एग्जाम्स। उनकी गलती भी नहीं है लेकिन इन्होंने अपनी चीजों को एनालिसिस कर लिया कि यार मेरे को तो जॉब चाहिए अच्छी जॉब चाहिए फिर उसके बाद यूपीएससी आई कैन गो फॉर इट। और ये जॉब भी मतलब अगर ये इस पे भी रहेंगे इट विल ऑल गुड राइट। सो सुमित
So
मैं हाँ जी।
thing I want to add ki always I believe ki you have to know your strength, be it your educational strength, be it your financial strength, everything you have to know. It's not that by seeing others you go for the UPSC directly. It's not that people are not clearing first attempt, but you should know your background, your strength. If I am viable enough to have a coaching of 2 lakhs for the UPSC, if my educational capability or my background is such ki I'll clear in 1 attempt or 2 attempt, so you need to be very clear about that. I was like ki I was not sure enough ki I'll get through it in 1 year or 2 year, because I was not a arts student, never studied history, never studied economics. So I was pretty clear कि पहले ये कर लेते हैं. I actually have taken a reverse process कि पहले ये कर लेते हैं, यहाँ से बैकग्राउंड भी मिल जाएगा, जॉब भी मिल जाएगा, फिर आगे हम मुझे अगर करना हो then I'll definitely go for it.
ओके ओके ओके। चलो अगर आपका सिलेक्शन नहीं होता नाबार्ड में तो बैकअप ऑप्शन ऑब्वियसली सेबी और आरबीआई ग्रेड बी रहता। ओके
Yes
ओके
sir.
ठीक है। चलो अभी नाबार्ड की हम लोग पहले तो बात करते हैं बुक्स कौन कौन सी आपने रेफर की। कोई ऐसी बुक जो बाकी स्टूडेंट्स नहीं रेफर कर रहे हैं या आपने कुछ नोट्स वगैरह बनाए तो कुछ इन चीजों के बारे में बताइए।
Basically, if you are not from the agriculture background, so you have to specifically focus on ARD subject. So syllabus is vast, and the most important thing in this kind of examination is filtering out the material. You cannot read everything that comes in your way. You need to have the art of like what is not important. So in this kind of examination, what is not important is much more important than what is important. You need to know that what is not important, what I don't have to study. So I'd recommend you should take any kind of a notes from any coaching institute or any something. You cannot rely on book for ARD because you will not know what to study, what not to study. For the ESI, simple strategies, you have to go through the government schemes, current affairs, magazines, and that is sufficient. And ESI static, if you need to go through some 4, 5, 6 chapters like balance of payment, inflation, growth, development, so that whenever you read current affairs, whenever you read government scheme, you should correlate with that, you should associate with that topic. So ESI static 1-2 questions are being asked, and that also you can tackle. So I have my preparation of RBI and SEBI. From that I was comfortable enough in that kind of a subject. So for ARD you need to take notes of any coaching institute. For ESI, freely available magazines or government scheme document, you can use that. And for the QRE sections, since it is made qualifying this year for NABARD, so mock tests are sufficient enough for any aspirants. And for aspirants like BTech who is confident enough in maths and reasoning, तो वो बस वो टारगेटिंग करने का कि मुझे कौन सा क्वेश्चन पिकअप करना है, कैसे करना है, कितने नंबर लाने हैं, दैट विल हेल्प।
ओके सुमित आपने बोला मॉक टेस्ट जो है वो लगाने चाहिए तो फ्रीक्वेंसी ऑफ मॉक टेस्ट क्या है मतलब हफ्ते में एक बार 3 दिन में एक बार कैसा फ्रीक्वेंसी आपका रहता था।
If you say for the exams like NABARD, you have to more like qualifying paper are ESI, RD and GA. So यहाँ फिर टाइमिंग की कोई दिक्कत नहीं होती है. So here information gathering and information collection, data collection is more important. So either you go for the YouTube sessions or any magazines, and also mock test also, but you need to be like 40-50% prepared at first hand. Never go for mock immediately. That will lead to demotivation. So mock test either you give in initial stage 20 days, 25 days. Then when you reach down to like 1 month are left, you can give it per week or after 3-4 days, and take mock test for this kind of examination for information gathering. Like it's not that QRE you need to practice, you need to solve those kind of questions in within time. And for the QRE you have to have a different approach. Okay, out of 40 questions, 20 quant, 20 reasoning, I'll do 20-22 questions. That is sufficient enough. You don't need to score 100% in pre-examination. Pre-examination of any examination, smart strategy, smart work will only help. You need to be very clear about what are the previous year cutoffs, what are the previous year questions. Based on that, you need to work out and you need to plan your strategies.
ओके एंड कुछ फेज 2 के लिए कुछ आपने तैयारी की हो स्पेसिफिक एनी
To like prepared like in phase 2 we have English descriptive. So for that you need to practice a good like 25 words per minute is also sufficient enough for typing. And the second thing is the content, information gathering, and the art of essay, art of précis, and art of reading comprehension writing. That you can either see a video from the different coaching institute or the YouTube also freely available. You will get to know how to write précis, how to write RC. For essay you need to have a data and you need to have a certain argument, certain facts. तो वो आप important hot topics चल रहे होते हैं सारे वो provide करते हैं. You can refer that. So English is like you need to respect that also, but that kind of hard work is not required in that. So 4, 5, 10 essay topics or 10 essay 2-3 mock tests is sufficient for practice. For ESI and ARD descriptive part, limit your sources. So what I did from every chapters I prepared 2-3 questions and I wrote down their answer, data, fact, everything. And in first time I just read it like a novel. Second time I prepared a notes, jotted down the important points, important arguments, important lines. And then third time I revised that 34 chapters, 17 each of ESI and RD in like within 1.5 hour, 2 hours. So I did revision 7-8 times. Everything was in my mind. And after on the examination day also, after the English paper, there was a break of 20-25 minutes. I revised all those. So data, fact, figure was in my mind, and that only helped me in one of the question like cross-breeding question. None of them, like maximum of them, could not write more than 150-200 words, but I have written 590 words only because of the art of using the data or the facts or figure from the other thing to your present questions. You should know, like you study ESI chapter 1, 2, 3. When you go for the chapter 4, you will get to know, okay, I can use that chapter fact data in this question also. So diversity using facts and figure, this kind of art will help you in descriptive writing. And another thing is objective perspective. Continue your objective preparation from the phase 1 only. There is nothing differentiation or nothing special in phase 1 and phase 2. The way you are preparing for phase 1, thus add a few months of current affair, few months of government schemes, and some ARD static revision. That will help you. Nothing special.
Okay. Abhi Sumit ne whatever he just mentioned the resources or whatever the tips that he have given. The point is that 5-7 मिनट के अंदर इतना ज्यादा क्लैरिटी या डिटेल से ही इनके पास भी उतना ही विल नॉट बी एबल टू टॉक अबाउट राइट. सो डेफिनेटली अगर स्टूडेंट का डिमांड रहेगा, अगर स्टूडेंट के अच्छे कमेंट्स आएंगे कि दे वांट अ वेरी स्पेसिफिक सेशन फ्रॉम दी सुमित सर कि सर हमारे को ना आप थोड़ा सा बताइएगा फेज 2 को कैसे आंसर्स लिखने हैं, द आर्ट ऑफ राइटिंग आंसर्स राइट, जो सुमित ने बताया. तो इसके बारे में तो डेफिनेटली हम लोग जो है सुमित सर से एक बार रिक्वेस्ट जरूर करेंगे कि एक प्रॉपर सेशन जो है आर्ट ऑफ आंसर राइटिंग का जरूर ये ले. बट इट इज ऑल अप टू योर सपोर्ट कि आप सपोर्ट करेंगे. आप अगर आपकी जरूरत होगी तो डेफिनेटली वी वुड लव टू cater your needs, right? So सुमित, एक और सवाल है आउट ऑफ क्यूरोसिटी कि जैसे आप 3 एग्जाम्स को प्रिपेयर कर रहे थे, तो कैसा आपका डेली रूटीन रहता था कि थोड़ा नबार्ड का पढ़ लूं, सेबी का पढ़ लूं, कैसे कैसे चीजें होती थी आपके साथ?
Yeah, this questions comes in everyone's mind, but I would say it will not happen simultaneously. I prepared for RBI 19 and I read that holistically. Then SEBI came in 2020. I did that also. So I started NABARD की, ओके चलो NABARD का ERD करता हूँ, इस पे भी कंफर्टेबल हो जाएंगे तो मेरे पास 3 एग्जाम्स हो जाएंगे. But I gave NABARD in the first attempt and clear in the first attempt only. So it's not that ki within a month or 2 months you will do that. So current affair and government scheme is common for RBI, NABARD, or some few portion of SEBI also. So you need to go through that stage regularly. But be it the static part like finance, management, SEBI का costing, accounting, companies law, these are static part. तो आप उसको एक बार पढ़ लीजिए, खत्म कर लीजिए, वो आपके पास है. तो रिवीजन में उतना टाइम नहीं लगता है. तो एक बाय एक मतलब लाइक डोंट गो साइमल्टेनियसली, कवर स्टैटिक पार्ट वन बाय वन फॉर आरबीआई, सेबी, देन नाबार्ड. तो वो अपने आप एक समय आएगा लाइक विद इन 6 or 7 month or 8 month you will be comfortable enough in all 3 subjects. So whenever the exam will come you will be confident of giving all 3 examination. It's not like कि एक महीने में मेरे को सब ये करना है, सुबह ये, दोपहर ये, शाम को ये. It will not happen like that. तो एक स्लॉट आप बना लीजिए जिसमें करंट अफेयर, गवर्नमेंट स्कीम करने का ही करने का. दैट विल हेल्प यू इन एवरी एग्जामिनेशन एंड देन वन बाय वन फॉर डिफरेंट सब्जेक्ट्स ऑफ आरबीआई, सेबी एंड नबार्ड. So you have to give like this kind of examination doesn't like 1 year or 1.5 year. You need to give that if you are fresher or doesn't have any UPSC background and all.
ओके ओके, राइट. जैसे कॉस्टिंग मैनेजमेंट, ये सारा फाइनेंस, ये सारी जो सब्जेक्ट्स हैं आपने एकेडमिक्स में नहीं पढ़ा है ना?
नहीं,
बीटेक में तो आपने कभी नहीं पढ़ा, तो
बीटेक
थोड़ा.
में
हाँ.
थोड़ा बहुत मेरे स्पेशलाइज्ड सब्जेक्ट होते थे मैनेजमेंट, फाइनेंस, इकोनॉमिक्स से, तो वहां से मैं थोड़ा बहुत पढ़ा हूँ. बट इट्स नॉट लाइक कि टू दैट लेवल व्हाट इज बीइंग आस्क्ड इन सेबी एंड आरबीआई, वो नहीं पढ़ा. एंड एआरडी बिल्कुल भी नहीं पढ़ा. सो दैट इज फॉर द श्योर. सो इट्स नॉट दैट यू कैन नॉट स्टडी. इफ यू गो फॉर इट यू विल डेफिनेटली डू इट.
यस यस, इंजीनियरिंग कुछ भी कर सकता है, इंजीनियरिंग स्टूडेंट कुछ भी कर सकता है, राइट? तो ये एक बहुत अच्छा मोटिवेशन भी है कि आप चाहे बैकग्राउंड कोई भी है, अगर आपने टारगेट कर रखा है रेगुलेटरी बॉडीज का, यू कैन गो फॉर इट. एंड जिस तरीके से इन्होंने किया है उस तरीके से आप भी कर सकते हैं फॉर श्योर. लेट्स टॉक अबाउट द इंटरव्यू. तो इंटरव्यू के लिए आपका क्या तैयारी थी? इनिशियल स्टेजेस की बात करें तो.
Like interview, there are certain like pillars. For first pillar is if you are going for any organization, you need to know about that organization. So there are two things. One is website, one is annual report. So if you read annual report and if you go through the website, you will be comfortable enough for the organization part, and that is most important thing you need to do, because that will test your curiosity. Panel will test your curiosity if you are like knowing about organization or not. Second thing is biodata form. So you need to be very cautious and very like strict enough to fill the biodata form very cautiously, because that will start your interview. Starting interview and the direction it will take depends on your biodata form. So fill it very very precisely and very very the way it will suit you, and prepare questions out of it like 100 150 questions. ABHIPEDIA has also started an initiative like
Personalized
question bank
question
for
bank.
nice question bank. So it was also a very good guidance part of a thing in my interview. And I'd definitely say that initiative should carry on forward also for the next batches. So वो बहुत अच्छा था. And the second thing is your background. What is the your graduation background? Prepare on that. Prepare on current affairs. Prepare on current events that is being happening in your world or India. So you need to shield yourself from every angle, so that when you enter the room you be confident. Okay, I have prepared from every angle, you ask me anything. Otherwise you don't prepare from any angle, your confidence will go down कि आपको हमेशा डर ही लगेगा कहीं इसने ये पूछ दिया तो मैं क्या बोलूंगा. वो चीज नहीं होनी चाहिए. And for the interview there are like maximum havocs going around in any telegram group or any surroundings, so you need to avoid those things. Your interview will be based on your biodata, your knowledge. It has nothing to do with the previous candidate. It has nothing to do with previous years. You can refer to the transcript also for like static question or what is being asked, to increase your knowledge, to increase your information, to just shield yourself from every angle. But don't believe कि उससे ऐसा पूछा तो मेरे से भी ऐसा पूछेगा. There is nothing like that. Just prepare interview based on yourself, no one else.
Okay. So after giving the interview, what was your impression? कि आज तो बस इतना ही, this was my maximum effort या थोड़ा सा और effort लगा सकते थे?
I'd say कि out of the 17 students on that day, I was the only one who came smiling out of the room. So I was confident enough. I was very satisfied with my interview because the way I expected it went on the same way. And you need to have that art of driving the interview also.
Good.
If you study from every perspective, you will just throw some like concepts. Like I threw some farmer clubs, FPO, FTC, Banking Regulation Amendment Act. So they'll ask you, but throw these kind of points or use these kind of words only if you have a knowledge. So you need to have that art. You need to take that risk. So I did that because I prepared from every angle and from every perspective. So time was also sufficient for this year interview, 2 months at like January, February. So I did utilize those time very well.
Okay. So your ultimate word of wisdom to all the NABARD aspirants or SEBI aspirants या RBI Grade B aspirants कि क्या आप end में आप बोलना चाहते हो?
I'd only say कि you have a self-belief. Okay, I'll go and clear this examination. Do not deviate. If you are not clearing, it means you are not giving your 100%. Have a broader plan. Work on that plan. Listen from everyone, but make your plan. Plans differ from person to person, and work on that plan consistently with full discipline. And give the mock test. See the previous year questions. What not to study, what to study. You need to be very clear, filtering out of the material, and just be positive. वो अपने आप आपको आएगा. And don't मतलब be afraid of competition. Okay, लोग इतने फॉर्म भरे हैं, 1 लाख बच्चे हैं. You just need 1 seat. आप अपने आप को उस तरीके से तैयार करिए, कट ऑफ को टारगेट करिए, एंड जस्ट यू थिंक कि मैंने बस इतना पढ़ा है, मुझे इस क्रॉस लाइन को क्रॉस करना है और वो अपने आप होगा ये चीज. एंड गो स्टेप बाय स्टेप. डोंट ओवर थिंक, डोंट ओवर प्लान. दैट इज इम्पोर्टेंट.
ओके ग्रेट. सो बहुत सारी इनसाइट्स हमें जानने को मिली है सुमित से. वेरी कॉन्फिडेंट पर्सन. और इनकी बात से ही लग रहा था कि इंटरव्यू में तो इन्होंने ड्राइव ही किया होगा, है ना? तो इट्स वेरी गुड. और आगे जो है हम इनको विश करते हैं कि आगे इनकी जो जर्नी है, चाहे वो यूपीएससी है, चाहे कोई भी एग्जाम्स है, जो ये बेटर अपॉर्चुनिटी पाएंगे, तो फॉर श्योर इनके हार्डवर्क से ये डेफिनेटली क्लियर कर लेंगे. एंड सुमित, सो आपसे बात करके बहुत अच्छा लगा और विश यू ऑल द वेरी बेस्ट ऑफ लक फॉर योर फ्यूचर एंडेवर.
थैंक यू सो मच सर. इट वाज नाइस टॉकिंग टू यू आल्सो. थैंक यू.
सेम है. थैंक यू.